it, gang. Spit it out. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of What's Popping Today. It's me, Tony, and
Steph.
So in today's episode, we have another special guest outside of the bathtub. So please welcome Trix.
Trix! Hi everyone.
Say a thing about yourself.
My name is Trix and I am turning 22 this year and it's my honor to be here with you guys.
Okay, thank you so much. It's also our honor. So before getting started, so shake hands.
Okay,
so
I have to cross my. You have to
No,
cross
okay. Yay!
Alright.
Okay, guys. So before we move to the main content, the main part of today, so there will be a little bit of updates. So,
what happened.
do you remember the last episode, Steph and I, we talked about the latest Sons of MTV
Yeah.
MTP music video. So
Yeah.
you can watch the video. We're gonna insert a link down up here. Okay. So
Right.
today he released another
Yeah.
totally new version.
He was
Yeah, and it's like totally different from what we have watched earlier.
Yeah.
So
So hooray! Congrats!
Yay.
Sung-dong.
And another facts for Amber Heard
And
and
Johnny Depp.
was like, who won?
Damn! Yay.
Okay, so you got the latest updates about the two news that we have updated earlier. Alright, so now let's go further into our discussions today.
Okay, so the tagline for this series is going to be a recap of the popping news during 1 month. Okay,
Yeah.
so in June and July. So what's popping today, you guys?
Well, basically, have you guys heard of the two artists getting involved in the abroad scandal?
Yeah, how can I not know? You know, like
What was the name, guys? What was the name?
Hong Dang.
And
Hoai Anh.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
so actually that the news, the media hasn't confirmed yet, but in this morning when I surf Facebook, so I see that Hoai Anh and Hong Dang, they have already had their lawyers and they are ready to face with the courts.
Yeah. So which means
In
that the
Spain.
information was true.
Might be true.
Might be,
But
okay.
I think that 99%.
Yeah, it's
I was
really kind of
gonna say
confirmed. So, yeah. Oh God, like I'm sharing for the news right now. Like, okay, two famous Vietnamese artists are accused of raping a 17-year-old British girl in Spain.
Yeah.
Wow, how humiliating.
But I find it a little bit weird because
Why?
this is not the first time when a Vietnamese artist being accused for raping or any kind of sexual harassment. I don't know if you remember or not, but in the past, Minh Bell, he's also have the same case in America.
Yeah.
So I think that after that, people need to have the lesson for themselves, especially the artists. So it's kind of weird to me. So why
Why
did
you
they do
guys
that?
keep doing that?
No clue, but I don't know. In the case of Mingdo, I remember that during that time, a lot of shows have been canceled, and his reputations were ruined
Yeah.
that time. And even until now, I did not really searching for the news about him or anything. I don't know how he's living right now, but at that time, I know that he has been getting involved into a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He used to be very famous. Okay, so back to Hoai Anh and Hong Dang. I don't care much about Hong Dang, but Hoai Anh. So
Yeah.
I have to say that he is an icon in the music industry. Yeah, and he even has a YouTube channel about his family. So in the YouTube channel, he loves his wife so much, and he loves his
the kids.
children.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when
It's like a father type,
Yeah. and the husband of the year.
Yeah, everybody. Actually, I've never think that Hawaii will get involved into this kind of scandals or something.
So I was really shocked. How about you? How did you feel?
Like you guys, I do have a Hoai Anh is a model to me when I was a kid because I just remember I watched the show
Trò chơi âm nhạc.
right? Or
Yeah, it's like
something
the
like
music game.
the Voice of Vietnam.
Oh yeah,
right?
with his wife.
Yeah.
So
The Voice
as
Kids.
I remember, like he is this kind of guy who is always sweet and like a family oriented, and he has a really soft smile. But after the scandal, and I saw one of his live stream video, and the smile that I used to admire, it somehow turned into a really cringy smile.
A little bit like a pervert.
Rapist. Yeah. So yeah, that's how I feel now. Like one of the models of mine just like collapsed.
Yeah, me too. I feel you, girl. And I was
I mean, in the music industry, like he has always been so like popular, like not only for his songs but also for his reputations being a good man, and it's just like kind of like shocking when things come that way. You know, like I remember, like you said before, like he was the coach in the Voice Kids, and I remember like he's showing a lot of acting like love things like to his wife when they're sitting together, and then kind of like even like people saying that whenever people saying of Hoai Anh, they just always admire him. And then did you guys feel like
same.
We are like strangers, and now that we mentioned that, I kind of imagine like how would I feel if I were the wife or the kids.
I think that the kids,
oh my God,
I feel very sorry for the children, because you know, like when they go to school, their classmates will make fun of them. So that was so sad.
And also the wife.
And the wife too, like I don't know, like being like I don't know if you call it cheated.
Yeah.
It's totally cheated.
Totally cheated.
So do you think that cheating is, you know, like the nature of all men?
I think
Because-
that cheating.
Yeah, because you know, like Hồng Đăng. So when I saw him in Bố ơi mình yêu dấu thế, so he is a very good wife. I mean, a good daddy and a good husband. And Hoai Anh, as we have just said, that he's also, you know, an iconic type of husband. But you know, like they do those kind of things bad behind their wives. So do you think that cheating is some kind of characteristic of men?
Nature.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine.
I am speaking this as
Jesus.
under the perspective of a man.
I think that like I always believe like human being is capable of loving more than one people romantically. However, we are living in a society where that is not the norm and that is not legalized. So that means whenever we feel the love for somebody else, apart from our spouse, we should end the relationship first and then move on later. And it is prohibited in the society that we go get laid with somebody else while we are in a marriage. But the cheating thing, the man's nature, as I said, so yeah, it's a man nature. But it is for a reason that we have the education in order so that we do not follow the nature, but we follow
The mind.
the education thing.
The rational something like that.
So you cannot blame the man's nature for every wrongdoing that you do.
Yeah, so I totally agree with you. So like in, you know, another episode that I said that it doesn't matter who you are, man or women, is, you know, what really matters is the human being. Not the gender or sexuality, something like that.
Yeah, actually, there's like it's very difficult to say that if the man nature is to like be like that or not, because actually emotion is something that's really hard to tell. It's just like how we react to it when we in the situation. Certainly, when you said of it, like it's another remind me of another scandal, like you know.
I did not follow that case very carefully, but
Yeah, but kind of like how to say.
I remember that she once said on, you know, her Facebook that it's okay to love 2 or 3 people at the same time as long as it is true love.
I actually love a lot of people at the same time. Like I have a lot of celebrity crushes, and I feel like I can divide my love like evenly for all of them. So I think that we are capable of loving many people at once.
Yeah.
But,
So yeah. It is called like poly something. I don't know
yeah,
the terms.
it has a name for that.
In Vietnamese, it's called Da Ai. I don't
Yeah.
remember the.
I used your shirt for that tour before.
No, I actually met one.
Really?
Like, really?
Yeah, like I met one and I thought like maybe he was the one for me, but then I discovered that he actually had a girlfriend, and his girlfriend is aware of the fact that he is fighting somebody else, but they all agree on that. So yeah, but I do not. So
different perspective.
yeah.
Basically, it's agreement for both sides for them.
Yeah.
So alright.
Okay.
But actually, I think that not many people can accept that, especially like in marriage.
Yeah.
Back to the case. I mean, yeah.
So we should follow like the social norms.
I don't think so. I mean, like, not follow the social norm, but how can I say? It's really hard because morality is would be like the proper word. But like, anyway, back to the case of Hoai Anh and Hồng Đăng. So as we have just mentioned before, that their career is like on the top, especially Hồng Đăng.
Yeah.
So
he was like filming. He was like filming in on TV, and my parents watch it every day.
I really didn't know. I didn't know who Hồng Đăng was until like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
But like, he's kind of famous if you watch VTV TV series. I think that you will know. But what I wanted to ask you guys, that do you think that they can rebuild a career after this scandal?
How to say? It kind of depends if our audience, I guess. Like, you guys know about hey, what was the girl singing this song? Anh đang ở đâu đấy anh?
Who's an idol?
Yeah. And she's also like into scandal before, but like the audience at that time, they was like being criticized on her, but afterwards everything just come back to normal.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. It's just like even you said that Minh Béo, after the case, everything was not mentioned anymore, and then gradually it's just like vanished, or something like that.
So how about you? What do you think?
I think they will not be back on top again, but their career won't be entirely destroyed.
Yeah.
Because the audience, we in general, are too busy with our life already, so we won't be able to follow the case like till the end. And as I know, there is a term like performative activism, like to. It's something about like for example, today something happened in Spain, for example. So you will post a lot of things about it, but tomorrow there is something else happen in Japan, so you will be follow that case and you will be entirely forgot about the thing happened in Spain. So yeah, that's like how the society, how the internet work, and people will eventually forget about this.
It's just about time, right?
Yeah. I think that this is also a difference between like the entertainment industry in Vietnam and the entertainment industry in other countries. For example, like in Korea. So like in general, I think that the Vietnamese audience is quite easygoing. So as you said, Minh Béo. So after like coming back to Vietnam after the scandals, he won the medal prize in some award in Ho Chi Minh City. Or I think that you all know the scandals of Ho Gop Ha, right? So she used to be blamed for being third wheel in the relationship, like the homebreaker. But now, she's still on the top, and she's still one of them, like the most high-paid and popular singer in Vietnam. And
like in the top A-list.
Yeah, like A-list celebrity. So I think that Vietnamese audience are very easy to forgive. At least that the artists, they are truly talented, and the artists, they still contribute to the society and the music industry.
Like I feel like they can separate the art and the artist, like they don't get mixed between the two. However, personally, I am someone who cannot listen to one's music if I know that that person is not a good person. I just can't.
So what is the lesson here, and what do you think?
Do not cheat.
Do not cheat.
No cheating, because
No cheating.
Actually, just like no cheating when you're in the relationship. Like,
If you're not in a relationship, then it won't be called cheating.
if you're
Right?
if you're in the single status, well then
They're actually fighting.
Yes. So we can only cheat if you are in a relationship.
Okay, so don't cheat your partner.
Yeah, just okay.
Don't cheat your partner.
Don't cheat your partner.
Don't do anybody wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the first news today. So I think the second one that we should talk about. So let's get back to the past and talk about Trix Công Sơn. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Son.
I listened to his songs like a lot when I was like the past few years.
Really?
Yeah.
So have you watched MT?
No, I haven't.
I think that if you love Trix Công Sơn songs, so you should watch the movie because the music was so amazing.
Really?
However,
There was, however.
the plot isn't really good. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
So don't waste your money on to go to the cinema. Instead, you can go on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Music to listen to the soundtrack.
Yeah, because you said that the plot was not good, so I just back to what I was doing, YouTube channel again.
Yeah. So, okay. So why I want to mention Trix Công Sơn is because recently, Khanh Ly, like one of the muses of Trix Công Sơn, she sang a song that is prohibited in Vietnam. Like publicly. Yeah. So,
But wait, since when?
like
Since when?
Like recently or?
recently.
Oh, she sing back the song again?
Yeah, because she returned to Vietnam after like many years, and she had like a live show in Đà Lạt.
Oh.
Yes,
alright,
so during the show she sang that song. So one of the reasons why that song has engendered much controversy because it has the lyrics is 20 năm nội chiến từng ngày. So basically in English it is like 20 years struggling with the civil war. So people are so angry because they think that the lyrics somehow distorted the history of Vietnam. Because basically that we don't have any civil war during like the whole history. Yeah. So
Okay.
I just want
That's kind of tough because I haven't listened to that song and I haven't know that sentence. But if it was like the lyrics was not related to the history, it was distorted somehow, then definitely that's not a good thing.
yeah. So because like after this case, like Khanh Ly, she has a lot of like fans in Vietnam, but after this, I think that her image somehow, how can I say, ruined. Yes, somehow being ruined because like in the past she used to be, I don't know if she used to be or she is still now, but she has some kind of anti-communism mindset. Yeah. So as you guys know, that Vietnam is a communist country, but like we still welcome those people to go, especially like artists and singer from like America to come back to Vietnam and to perform.
Yeah.
But somehow she sang that song. So
But for all the tours she didn't, right? But just the tour in Đà Lạt.
yes, so that is the first live show. So she sang it.
Wow.
So what do you think? I just wanted to ask for your opinion. So should we stop? Should we like keep prohibiting the artists from the foreign country, especially America, to go back to Vietnam? Because somehow they are spreading a kind of mindset which is a little bit anti-government, like that.
I did not expect this question, so I don't know how to answer.
Okay, just like back to what you said a little bit earlier about Khanh Ly, right? I remember that she was like, I don't know, like the favorite singer of Trix Công Sơn, who has always been famous for his songs. Yeah, and basically like you said that she had thought of like
Anti-communism.
Anti-communism. All right. Wow.
A lot of big words.
Actually, it's like in Vietnam, we still not really encourage people to be like that, and actually people who have been like in the soldier or like in the general belief about like history facts or something, if we mention something which is not right or just something not true about what exactly happened, well, then people can be easily disapproved of that thing. So actually, if it's related to history, even though I haven't listened to that song yet, but if I know that it was not based on the real thing, I would not listen to the song.
Yeah.
So that is just like my personal one. I don't know what do you think, Trix, but if I was the audience, I would also be mad because like my dad is also a soldier. It's not like he was in a war or something, but he told me a lot about history in the past and how things happen, how do we cherish the war, because like a lot of people have died for that. So if it's not real, I would hate it.
Okay, so she is basically she is or she was Vietnamese, right?
Yeah.
And she knew that the song was prohibited in Vietnam.
And she
But
had the thought.
but like she still sang the song, even though she knew. So she was how do I say this? She was in prison. No.
I think that's of course that.
Yeah.
I think that we should change the question a bit. So who should be responsible for this? So the first one, I think that Khanh Ly herself has to take the responsibility, and the second is like the company Mei Lang Thang. They invited her.
But they did not select the songs, right? They
I
just
think
let
that
her
is some
choose.
kind of mistakes when choosing the song.
Or maybe they did that in purpose because the movie is.
Back to the marketing strategy again.
I don't think so because
yeah,
Mei Lang Thang they are quite like popular these days, and because they have invited a lot of like famous singers in Vietnam. So I think that it's just the mistakes of the production team.
Yeah.
Yes, and actually they have to pay the price when the authorities invited them.
Invited.
Yeah.
There was just like a mistakes in the process of preparing, right, for the company, Mei Lang Thang. So,
I really want to join one of their shows, but after this, I was like,
scared.
Okay, so I think that, what do you think is the lesson here?
The lesson here is be wise by choosing the songs,
Yeah, be
especially
careful.
for artists. Yeah. You like actually we know like last time we talked about 120p, right? The process when you're choosing the pictures and the words to deliver to the audience is very important.
Yeah.
And especially when Khanh Ly has already been well known before, like for representative for Tecumseh songs.
Yeah.
So she should be wise when choosing that.
Yeah. But there's a fun fact that Tecumseh has, wrote a lot of songs. Wrote a lot of songs, but not all of his songs are allowed to be performed in Vietnam. Yeah, because.
I just heard like famous songs, something like Tuổi Đá Buồn, Cát Bụi and something like that. Like
but because there are some anti-war songs that maybe that is not suitable for the current situation. But back to the lesson, I think that the lesson for singers from the foreign countries that if they want to come back to Vietnam to build their career, so they should do something that is suitable with the current situation, because people always say that when in Rome you have to do what the Romans do or does, something like that. Yeah. So remember that, artists, be wise and just don't get into any kind of legal scandals like that.
Yeah.
It's gonna get you into big trouble.
Yes. Don't be big mouth.
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. So we talked a little bit about like Khanh Ly. We talked a little bit about
Hoai Anh and Hoai
and the
Anh.
scandals. All right. So that was the national news. All right. So like step it out a little bit and
Go international.
yeah. All right. You guys say at the same time. Okay. Hey, I just got right here. You guys know that. Okay. In the U.S., like absorption rise for the first time in 30 years. So have you guys heard of it? Like.
Yeah, I know that.
like
The Congress is,
the option.
started to remove the abortion law.
Oh my god. Yeah, and but it's still applied in a few states.
Yeah, I think that some states they have already applied. Some states, like swing states, they still, in the middle. But some are ready to, apply that law, impose that law.
Yes, and basically, like, even not wrong. It's just like it has been caused a lot of controversial ideas about this, and so basically, like, do you guys think that the abortions law would be
a little bit inhumane?
Yeah.
So there are two school of thoughts in the U.S. So a lot of people advocate the abortion laws. A lot of people, they disagree with, that kind of law. And I am an anti-abortion person because
anti-abortion is like a really strong word.
I mean, I don't support that kind of law, even in Vietnam. Yeah, because I think that after all, this is, is also the method of kill someone.
Yeah, it's life.
Yeah.
It's interesting because as I read somewhere, it is not basically kill someone. Okay, so there are two different things, like a Sabo sapien and a human being. So they're like, if the baby is still in the womb and that baby is not yet developed everything that the baby needs to be considered a person, so that is still like a Sapo sapien, and it is allowed, like, morally, to kill that without.
Why is it not?
Alright, so
Because it doesn't have like any will to live. Like,
alright, so let me like make sure the things are
Reload.
a little bit. Alright, like I need to like loading in my brain a little bit. Alright, so it's kind of like it depends on the stage of the
Pregnancy.
Yeah, the pregnancy. It's like if from the beginning, if it's too early and it haven't formed a baby yet, well then at that time we cannot be called it kill someone.
Yeah, actually, according to this kind of opinions, even in the third trimester, like even when the baby
Really?
is fully formed, yeah, but it doesn't have the will to live.
Really?
Like, yeah, it
Oh my
doesn't
God.
demand like the will to survive because it hasn't tasted the taste of life yet.
Yeah,
So
they haven't
you
had the
are
sense.
morally allowed to end that thing.
But you have
Yeah.
to. But you have to take that early. Like if it's not, well then when it's formed the baby and like an embryos, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be different. So it just depends on the time you figure it out, like about the pregnancy things.
Yeah, because as you said, I think that when you are in the third trimester and you decide to get an abortion, I think that is not about the baby itself. It also affects your health, your reproductive health.
I
Yeah,
heard
yeah.
of it, yeah. Like for a woman who just did that thing, well then it could like negatively affect the way they born their baby afterwards.
Yeah.
Like I heard of that before because actually like my cousins, yeah, she's just suffered from that and it could lead to the health problems after that, and it's like really hurts. Actually the process when you get rid of the baby out of your body, it was already like hurt as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but there are like
It's okay.
I think that there are some cases where later on, like the third trimester of the pregnancy, and you are informed that your baby is not that healthy, and even if you deliver the baby, the baby will eventually die, like after 1 or 2 days, so that you will have to make the decision to end the life of the baby.
Okay, so I think I think that you can get an abortion, but with the permission of a doctor. For example, if when you give the birth to the baby, as you have just said, that if when the baby comes into the life and is gonna die after that. So I think that getting abortion is suitable. But for example, if in the US, so people can freely get an abortion, even when the baby can live healthily. Yeah, so I think that in that case, abortion should be banned.
Murder.
Yeah, because that murder, And I also think that if we impose this kind of law, it's gonna, like promote a sense of responsibility. For example, like to use some contraceptive method when having sex.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you want to turn on, you want to,
Yeah, exactly.
something like.
If you want to get to the peak of sexual activities,
Yeah.
you should have responsibility.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody please continue.
Yeah. So.
Right.
As I just mentioned at the beginning, so in Vietnam, so people can get an abortion. So do you think that we should impose that law in Vietnam?
Impose the law with everybody. Oh,
That-
the anti-abortion
Yeah.
law. Okay, it's hard to say because I agree with you on the fact that if you are going to allow abortion, you will have to also like perfect the sex education so that everybody can have a safe sex and like get the baby only if they want to. But I think that in Vietnam, the sex education is not that good, and people kind of like they
Avoid.
seem to avoid talking about it, and there is no official curriculum for the sex education. So if we illegalize abortion, then there will be a lot of kids, a lot of delivery.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I think that is gonna be an everlasting problem.
like you said before about the sex education thing, it's like I remember that I was taught when I was in grade 9, but whenever the teachers just show the bodies of the men and women on the board, like people just laughed and then like covered their face and never like took it really serious or anything.
But
I know because actually I was involved in that.
the sex education that we got is like just the study of the human body, but not the sex education that we should have had.
Yeah, like the safe sex.
Yeah,
or
something like that.
Like never really
We
like
say the same thing.
Yeah.
it's never like have mentioned anything about like the safety when during the
Yeah.
Sexual
Yeah.
intercourse, something like that.
yeah
I
just
I actually didn't know how babies are delivered until I reached like I don't know like 8th grade or 9th grade.
Mhm.
I thought like they were coming out of the stomachs of the mother.
yeah and I
So dumb.
No, don't say that. You don't know what you don't know. Okay, so back to the turntable in the U.S. So I think that one of the reasons why there are a lot of protesters, and they, like they are really angry because basically the States has always been known as the country of freedom. So like this turntable somehow violates the human rights, the freedom of choice of people.
yeah well that's because of the name already like the country for the freedom thing. So when everything is limited and cannot and be controlled in some kind of way, they will be like rebels for that.
So that is also why Khanh Ly and many people in the past they choose to
Live in that country.
live our country. Yeah.
But personally, I think that freedom is like a really vague thing. I do not believe in total freedom. I believe in freedom in frame, restricted freedom.
Yeah.
Like you only get freedom when you follow the rules, and everybody should do that. So when the USA allow abortion, I think that there are a lot of teenagers. They rely on the fact that they will get abortion if they have a baby. So sometimes they prioritize having sex in the best way instead of in the safest way. Yeah, because they have a solution after.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like we have always said that there is no black and white. There always like gray zone in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so what is the gray zone?
I mean like there's no right or wrong. It's like the suitable based on the situation. I don't know that you remember the case of 39 Vietnamese people dying in the truck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of people saying that is wrong. A lot of people saying that is
just for
right.
living.
Yeah, but basically that if we put ourselves in their shoes at that time, maybe that choice is, like the most suitable solution for them.
Like the only choice that they have
Yeah.
at the moment.
Even though that is still a wrong act, but suitable for the situation.
Yeah.
So that is a gray zone.
Oh my god, I have fallen into a existential crisis.
Okay, so I
Alright,
think
so what's the lesson?
a lesson here.
The lesson here is be responsible
Yeah.
with whatever you do, especially when it comes to like babies.
Yeah, when
like
it
someone's
comes
life.
to the fact that you can actually make a new human being that you are not financially able to raise. Jesus.
Yeah, it depends on a lot of like
Factors.
criteria and elements and things. Financial, like she said. Yeah.
Financially, mentally, and
Responsibility.
everything.
Something like that. Yeah, by the way, and another thing, get yourself on sex education lessons. Yeah.
Proper sex education. So don't learn sex education through porn.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Porn teaches you that?
Oh,
I mean, like, no. I don't know. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, I think that is the end of today. And once again, thank you, Trix, for being here today. Yay.
we can do that again. We can do that again.
Oh, yeah, yay.
Okay,
This is
so
weird.
right. Okay, so let's end.
Yes, and if you want more videos and content like this, please follow our YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, and Facebook fan page.
Yeah.
And if you want to become part of Lit Gang, there is a link in the description box. And now, bye.
Bye.